Hey everybody, my name is Paul, I'm the gamer Scot, and welcome to my first look at Art of Rally. Before we get started, I just want to remind you that I stream every Wednesday over at twitch.tv/thegamerscot, so if you want to join me and the rest of the clan, the link is in the description. Now, I've actually been waiting for Art of Rally for a while now. I was a big fan of the developer's first game, Absolute Drift, in 2015, and I remember when this one was still called Absolute Rally. I was actually worried it had been cancelled until I met the developer June at one of the EGX conferences. So, safe to say it's been a couple of years. So as someone who's not into drifting games but liked that one, does it work? Has it improved on the first game? Short answer, yes. I found the driving model in Absolute Drift a little too slippy. It worked really well for that game with a free-flowing level layout and a map that opened up as you gained more skill and confidence. But that obviously wouldn't work in a rally game where you spend so little time on any particular part of the stage. The cars in Art of Rally feel like they're really pushing into the road rather than just sliding around on top of it. They've got a real sense of weight to them, and often you can tell how a jump or corner is going to go before you even get to it. The controls are really responsive and everything feels exactly like you want it to. There are some driving assists on by default and I haven't really felt the need to tweak them that much. On a standard joypad it all works perfectly. Hardcore sim fans will want to reduce some of the assists, like automatic counter steering, but you really don't need to. Automatic transmission is a crime in a lot of racing circles, but you can do well with it on. You might not be able to execute the perfect J-turn with some of the assists, but at least you'll be able to win some races. And speaking of races, smooth transition, there are quite a few environments and tracks to choose from across a bunch of different modes. So far I've seen 5 different environments. You get gravelly forests in Finland, tight village roads in Italy, cherry blossom lined hills in Japan, snowy lakes in Norway, and smooth tarmac tracks in Germany. And they all look and feel different to drive on as well. Each one has a few stages that all have reverse configurations and multiple times a day and weather conditions to choose from. So all in all, that's a great selection for such a small developer. The range of cars is pretty spectacular too. Although there aren't any official WRC cars in here, you can easily spot the influences and tell which cars are supposed to be which in the selection of over 50 of them. So it might not say Mini Cooper or Ford Cosworth or Lancia Stratos on the back, but we all know what they are. I tended to find a favourite car in each group and stick to it though. Because the groups are pretty well balanced, there's no reason to move away from the car you're most comfortable with. Now, I don't necessarily think that's a good or bad thing, but it does lead me nicely into my next point. Daily and weekly challenges, where you're given a specific car and stage combination to see how you stack up against the rest of the world on the leaderboards. Now, I don't know if the combinations are totally randomised or if they're curated somehow, but with a new one every day, I kind of feel like Funselektor would have a hard time doing it manually. Some car and track combos are more suitable than others, so thanks for the launch week supercar and snow combination. So that'll be your main reason for trying out new cars that you wouldn't normally touch. Fun side note, the game tracks the total distance you've driven each car in career mode. Doesn't do anything, I just like stats. And with all of these leaderboards, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the crazy speedruns appear on my socials over the next few months. I will not be among them. One feature I wasn't expecting, but I'm glad to see, is the free roam mode. I don't know why it was a surprise to me because it's basically all you had in Absolute Drift, but I wasn't expecting to see it here. But it is a great way to just drive around, having fun and exploring the map at your own pace and learning how the new cars handle. Fun thing is that the entire map is open to you as well, so if you can see something, you can drive to it, which you can't do in the stage modes. There are collectibles hidden around the map as well. Cassettes that unlock new music tracks, and the soundtrack is great. Photo spots so you can get a nice view, and the letters RALLY to unlock the next map for free roam. Free roam is also perfect for getting the most out of photo mode, which is probably where most of the screenshots you'll see on the internet are taken. You get a bunch of standard options for moving the camera around, adding filters, changing depth of field and blur and so on. I'd have liked to see a few more options, but it's hard to complain. No dedicated screenshot button though, which is a weird thing to miss out. Or at least if there is one, it's not mentioned in game. It's a little bit annoying to have to either use print screen and switch to another window, or have another program running in the background. I just want to take lots of photos, man! Speaking of photo mode, we have to mention the art style. Man, I am on it with transitions today. Just like its predecessor, Art of Rally has a cool, retro, low poly, almost textureless art style that kind of looks a bit like papercraft, if you ask me. I think it's beautiful, and it matches the selection of retro cars and the synthwave lo-fi soundtrack absolutely perfectly. So is there anything I don't like? Very little, actually. I haven't had any problems with the game, no crashes, bugs or anything like that. And the things I think it's missing are pretty minor, or maybe just not possible with such a small development team. It would have been nice to see a more insane damage model. The cars take damage when they crash, but nothing cosmetic other than, when it gets really bad, smoke and flames. The low poly style would be great for having panels fly off when you flip or roll your car. You know, finishing a long stage with cracked windows, broken lights or a missing spoiler is a rite of passage in Rally, and I think it would have been great here. So while your times and your handling are affected by hitting stuff, by the end of the race, to look at, you won't know it. I'd also have loved the ability to share your own custom track stages, similar to what Forza Horizon does, or Mario Maker even. So you set a start line and a bunch of checkpoints, and then you share them with other players. Adding leaderboards might be a super optimistic thing to ask for, but I imagine the competition that would come from that. And it might keep players coming back once they've finished all the actual existing content. Pipe dreams. So that's Art of Rally. I'm bringing this to you after about 4 hours of play, so if there's anything that I've missed, please let me know in the comments or on Twitter. But I really like it. It's always nice when the game you get after waiting for such a long time is actually really good. So I wish Funselektor all the best, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's next from them. If you enjoyed the video, then please give me a like, think about subscribing to the channel, and please tell all your friends how awesome I am. Once again, I stream games like this every Wednesday on Twitch, and it'd be great to see you there. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.